We're in Vancouver in Canada today to visit the offices of Vanbex, the blockchain firm and cryptocurrency consultants. We're talking about ICOs, that's initial coin offerings, what form regulation should take, and all things cryptocurrency and blockchain. I'm Sarah Lockett. Welcome to the Business Debate. We're talking to two people from the Vanbex group today. First up is Kevin Hobbs, who's Chief Executive. Welcome to the Business Debate.
Thank you for having me here, Sarah.
So what's your place in the cryptocurrency world? You're consultants, so who are your clients? What are you advising on?
Well, I'd have to say that we're probably facilitators and trailblazers in this industry where our reach is pretty vast. We do everything on the marketing, consulting, and strategy side, mostly these days basically helping customers raise money through token offerings. And then on the development side, we have a full in-house team that develops everything from the cryptocurrencies to the wallets to blockchains in general, and everything that our clients would need to help them be successful.
Now, the threat or promise of regulation led to a big dip in the value of Bitcoin, for example, and you advise the authorities on regulation. What form do you think regulation should take?
Yeah, so I do work with multiple regulators in multiple different jurisdictions globally to kind of talk about the best course. And, you know, we do need regulation because this is a new industry that a lot of people have taken advantage of in some senses, so we do need consumer protections, and we also need investor protections. But the current regulation that we have globally was created before the internet even existed, so we need some new guidelines that speaks to the technology and also to our society in a way that we understand in the digital world that we're really living in.
So thinking about that Bitcoin price dip, what is your advice to investors who might be thinking of investing in cryptocurrencies?
Right, so my advice always to investors is if you're an active investor, and what I mean by active is you're trading daily, then you need to be watching what's going on in the news, and you need to be in your chat channels like the Bitcoin Talks and the Reddits, or following the currency chats of the ones that you're investing in. And if you're a passive investor, then you want to invest in something that you believe in, so a currency or technology that you believe in, similar to what you would do in traditional investing.
Now, we spoke about regulation a bit, but how do you think that governments around the world should regulate the crypto space? Do you think it should be one set of rules for the whole world?
I do. I mean, the internet allowed us to be born globally. Everything we do now kind of touches everywhere in the world, and we should have regulations that speak to a one world audience. Cryptocurrencies and token offerings showed us something that we never had before, and a lot of benefits in investing. It gave new companies the ability to raise more funds and reach a global audience, which gave them a global customer base and a better chance of success. It also gave investors something we never had before, and that was instant liquidity. So people were more likely to take some money off the top and then reinvest, which has helped really spur this industry in a way we've never seen before. It's been exponential growth, and those are the two main factors of that.
Well, Kevin, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarah.
Well, now here's Lisa Cheng, who is the founder of Vanbex. Hello to you.
Hello.
Now, what do you say to people who think that cryptocurrencies are just another bubble which is going to burst?
I would tell them to look a little deeper into the technology. It's not just about price speculation, which is where a lot of the talk around bubble is coming from, that there's actually a value behind this industry, and it's based on the innovation in the tech.
And how do you filter out the unethical companies from the ones that you work with?
Well, at Vanbex Group, we have quite a stringent due diligence process. We have a 70-question survey that we send them. We then have our account managers vet all of their answers as well as interview them. And once they've gotten through that process, we take a look at the token model, the business model, the team, and just really what is the industry they're trying to compete in.
An ICO, or an initial coin offering, is like an IPO. So what are the things to get right in that, and how difficult is it to get right?
I would say that the things to get right with when someone's considering doing an ICO or TGE, token generation event, is that they have to really look at why they're doing it. What is the reasoning behind doing just an ICO versus a regular fundraising or financing event? And then they have to consider, do they have the tech already developed? Because that's what the industry is now requiring? Do they have an experienced team that can execute on this idea? And as well, have they thought about what is the value proposition of the project itself?
Your subsidiary Ether Party is a smart contracts tool company. Now, why is that something that people want? Tell me about that.
Well, smart contracts and Ethereum itself is a very wonderful idea. There's lots of fantastic concepts about how it can change the world. But before we do that, we actually need to put in place the building blocks for how people can use this technology on an everyday basis, understand how it works before we start changing their lives and claiming it can. And that's why we believe that Ether Party will provide them with those tools.
And blockchain is doing interesting things to eradicate fake news. Tell me about that.
So one of our portfolio projects, Decentralized News Network, known as DNN, is addressing fake news by providing a content platform where people can vote on unbiased, politically correct, and just factual information that's going out there to separate it from all the noise. In today's world, there's lots of noise out there. And we have to kind of filter through that noise, and this is one of the platforms that is putting out an example of how we can do that.
And there are not many women in the blockchain industry. Why do you think that is, and what's the solution?
I just think the industry is still new. A lot of people are still unfamiliar with Bitcoin, and when we think about blockchain, they're like, what is it? So if we start putting out information out there about what is blockchain, how is this a new technology, how will it change the world, I think more women will participate. And as well, the jobs and the creation of new roles for these companies is still very new. Before it was developers, now we're starting to see marketing people, and we'll start to see operations people, and we'll start seeing more women in through those means.
Well, Lisa and Kevin, before you, thank you very much.
Thank you.